back to the official English channel. It's great to have you here again. I'm Sophia.
And I'm John. We're excited you're joining us for another relaxed English conversation. It means a lot that you spend your time learning with us, and your support keeps this channel growing. If you haven't subscribed yet, we'd really appreciate it. Sharing our episodes with your friends also helps new learners find our lessons.
Today we're talking about something simple but incredibly useful, describing your day. It's one of the best ways to practice English because you already know the events. You just need the words to explain them. That's why we're keeping the language friendly, clear, and easy to use in real life.
Let's start right where the day begins, the moment we wake up. Sophia, what's the first thing you usually do when your alarm goes off?
Honestly, the very first thing I do is blink a few times and try to convince myself to leave the warm bed. I stretch my arms and legs a little, not a full workout, just a light stretch because it helps my body wake up. After that, I sit up and take a few slow breaths. I try not to look at my phone immediately. Sometimes I fail, but I try to avoid it.
I get that. It's easy to fall into the habit of checking messages right away. I used to grab my phone as soon as I opened my eyes, but now I give myself a few minutes to wake up naturally. Once I'm out of bed, I head straight to the bathroom. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and splash some water on my eyes because it wakes me up completely.
My routine is similar, but I go to the kitchen before anything else. I always make coffee in the morning. The smell of the coffee maker starting up just makes me feel alive. After I pour my coffee, I go back to the bathroom to wash my face and brush my teeth. Do you usually shower in the morning?
I do. A quick shower is what really wakes me up. I don't take long ones in the morning, just enough to refresh myself. When that's done, I get dressed. If I'm working from home, I keep it simple and comfortable. What about your breakfast routine? Do you eat before you start your day?
I usually do. I don't like to leave the house on an empty stomach. Sometimes I make something small like toast or fruit. When I have more time, I might cook eggs or oatmeal. I always drink my coffee with breakfast. It's my little morning ritual.
Sounds nice. My breakfast is usually something quick as well. Yogurt with berries or a piece of toast. On busy days, I might grab a granola bar. I prefer eating at home because it's quiet and gives me a moment to prepare mentally for the day. After breakfast, I read the news for a few minutes. It keeps me updated, especially before meetings.
Speaking of meetings, once I finish breakfast, I open my laptop and look at my schedule. I like knowing what's coming up so my day feels organized. After that, I check my emails. You and I seem to have pretty similar morning routines.
Routines are helpful. They make the start of the day more predictable and less stressful. Now let's move into the afternoon because that's when things usually get busy. I usually spend the early afternoon catching up on work. Sometimes I write scripts for our podcast, other times I prepare materials for upcoming lessons.
I have a lot of online meetings in the afternoon. I meet with students, discuss lesson plans, or collaborate with other teachers. Between meetings, I answer emails or update documents. It can be a lot, but I enjoy the productivity.
Do you take lunch at the same time every day?
I try to. Around noon or a little after, I usually prepare something simple. Maybe a salad bowl with vegetables, or sometimes a sandwich with chicken or tuna. If I cooked dinner the night before, I might heat leftovers instead. What do you normally have for lunch?
I keep my lunches easy too. A soup, a sandwich, or rice and vegetables if I have time to cook. When I'm really busy, I just grab something fast. But I try not to skip lunch. After eating, I like taking a short break. A 15-minute walk is perfect when the weather is decent. It clears my mind and gives my eyes a rest from the screen.
Breaks really make a difference. Sometimes I sit near a window and read a few pages of a book, just to reset. Other times I listen to music or stretch a little. It's important to pause, especially when most of the workday involves screens. After the break, I dive back into work, usually picking up tasks I didn't finish in the morning.
Same here. Late afternoon is when I try to wrap up the bigger tasks. I look at the list I made earlier and finish whatever needs attention. Sometimes that means researching new ideas for the channel, and sometimes it means sending out last-minute messages. My workday usually ends between 5 and 6.
That's about the same for me. The afternoon always passes faster than I expect. One moment I'm starting a task, and suddenly it's already evening. But that's when the relaxing part of the day starts. After work, I like to change into something comfortable and start preparing dinner.
Cooking in the evening is something I really enjoy. It helps me transition from work mode into a slower, calmer part of the day. Sometimes I make something simple like pasta or stir-fried vegetables. Other times I try a new recipe just for fun. Do you cook most evenings?
I do, unless I'm really tired. Cooking feels like a nice routine for me, especially when I'm experimenting with something new. After dinner, I usually unwind by watching a show. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I enjoy a good mystery or a comedy. Sometimes I choose to read a book instead because it helps me relax more.
I watch shows sometimes too, or I listen to podcasts. Not ours, I already know what we sound like. Sometimes I play a game on my phone if I want something light. I also enjoy playing guitar in the evenings. It's a great way to slow down after a long day.
That sounds nice. I sometimes go for a walk at night if the weather's good. It's one of my favorite ways to clear my mind. I've also been practicing Spanish in the evenings. Learning a new language is fun, especially when I only study for a few minutes at a time.
When it's time to wind down for bed, I keep things simple. Around 9 or 10, I brush my teeth again, wash my face, and change into pajamas. I like reading a few pages of a book before sleep because it helps my brain relax. What's your bedtime routine?
I take a warm shower in the evening because it helps me fall asleep faster. Then I put on comfortable pajamas and maybe review a few plans for the next day. Nothing detailed, just a quick mental list. After that, I turn off the lights. I try to sleep around 10 or 11 because 7 or 8 hours of sleep keeps me feeling good.
Sleep is definitely important. And once the day ends, everything starts over again the next morning. Talking about our routines shows how many everyday actions you can describe in simple English. For example, basic sentences like, I wake up, I brush my teeth, or I eat lunch are incredibly useful. You can connect these actions with basic time words to make your sentences clearer. Words like first, next, after that, and finally help organize your thoughts. For example, you could say, first I wake up, next I wash my face, after that I make breakfast, and finally I start work. Even simple connectors make your English sound more natural.
Another useful thing is to include how you feel during different parts of the day. Feelings are an important part of real conversation. You can say things like, I feel sleepy in the morning, or I feel relaxed after dinner. These short phrases help you expand your sentences without making things complicated.
You can also describe what you don't do. Negative sentences are great practice. For example, I don't drink coffee, or I don't watch TV in the morning. These small pieces help build a full picture of your routine and help you express yourself more accurately.
Talking about your day is helpful because the events never really change too much. Even if your schedule is busy or simple, there's always something to describe. Think about the places you go, the people you talk to, the food you eat, or the things you enjoy. All of these can become sentences in English.
One useful exercise is to write down your morning routine in a notebook. It doesn't have to be long. Even 5 or 6 sentences are enough. For instance, I wake up at 7. I make tea. I check my messages. I get dressed. Simple ideas, but powerful for practice. When you write regularly, you'll start noticing vocabulary that you use often and vocabulary that you want to learn more about.
And once you're comfortable with the morning, try describing your afternoon. Explain your lunch, your work, your break, or anything you usually do. Then add the evening part. When you build it slowly like that, it becomes easier and less overwhelming.
The more you talk about your day, the easier it becomes to talk about other topics too. Everyday vocabulary forms the base of language learning. Once you feel confident describing your daily routine, you'll be able to talk about your weekend, your plans, your travel, or your goals.
It's also helpful to practice out loud, even when you're alone. You can talk to yourself quietly as you do things. For example, while preparing breakfast, you can say, I'm cutting fruit, or I'm making eggs. It may feel strange at first, but it really helps build confidence.
Listening to conversations like ours also improves your understanding of natural English.
You start learning the rhythm, the common verbs, and the way sentences flow together. When you hear the same patterns often enough, you naturally start using them.
And don't stress about mistakes. Everyone makes them, even native speakers. Mistakes are not failures. They're signs of progress because they show you're trying. What matters most is that you stay consistent and keep practicing every day, even if it's only a few minutes.
Talking about your day is a great daily habit. You can do it while walking, cooking, or getting ready for bed. Think of it as mini practice sessions that help you improve gradually. You don't need a long study session to make progress.
Exactly. Little moments matter. You can also practice with a friend or a study partner. One person talks about their day while the other listens, and then you switch. It's a simple activity, but it gives you real conversation practice and helps you learn new expressions naturally.
Another trick is to use time markers. Words like in the morning, during lunch, in the evening, or before bed help you build longer sentences. For example, in the evening, I cook dinner, or before bed, I read. These small additions make your English more complete and more descriptive.
Try thinking about the small details too. For example, instead of saying, I eat breakfast, you could say, I eat oatmeal with honey, or I drink orange juice with my meal. Specific details make your English sound more natural and help you practice vocabulary you may not use often.
And if you ever struggle to think of something to say, just focus on one moment. Describe everything you do in that one moment. For instance, talk about how you get ready in the morning, step by step. You might say, I comb my hair, then I choose what to wear, then I put on my shoes. These little steps are great practice.
When you talk about your day regularly, you start improving your grammar, vocabulary, and fluency all at once. It becomes easier to think in English, which is one of the biggest goals for language learners.
We hope that today's conversation gave you ideas for how to describe your own routine. Listening to how other people talk about their day helps you create sentences of your own. You can follow the structure we used today or create one that matches your personal lifestyle.
And of course, we love hearing from you. Tell us about your routine in the comments. What's the first thing you do when you wake up? What do you enjoy most about your evenings? Your answers help other learners too, because they get to see more real examples of daily routine sentences.
Thank you again for joining us today on the Official English Channel. We appreciate your time and your dedication to learning. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already and share this episode with anyone who is trying to improve their English.
And feel free to leave a comment with ideas for future episodes. We read them all, and your suggestions help us create lessons that are helpful and fun for you.
We'll be back soon with another simple, clear, and practical English conversation.
Until then, keep practicing a little every day and keep building your confidence. Goodbye for now.
See you next time.